The internet's creepiest unsolved mystery. You're browsing the internet late at night. You click on a random post. At first it seems meaningless. Just a collection of numbers, letters, strange symbols. Nothing that makes sense. But then you notice something. Someone has spent years trying to decode it. Not days, not weeks, years. Thousands of people have examined it. Cryptographers, programmers, internet detectives. And despite all their efforts, nobody has solved it. This is the story of the internet's creepiest unsolved mystery. The mystery began on an ordinary website, a place where millions of people shared content every day. Hidden among countless posts was an account unlike any other. The account had a simple name, A858. At first, nobody paid attention. Why would they? The post looked like nonsense. Random strings of characters, endless combinations of letters and numbers, pages upon pages of what appeared to be complete gibberish. Most people ignored it. Some assumed it was spam. Others thought it was a malfunctioning bot. But a few curious users looked closer, and what they found was deeply unsettling. The account wasn't posting random information. Patterns began to emerge. The same symbols appeared repeatedly. Certain structures repeated across multiple posts. Some sections appeared encrypted. Others looked deliberately constructed. It was as though someone was trying to communicate, but only to people capable of understanding the message. As word spread, internet communities became fascinated. People started downloading the posts, analyzing them, running software designed to crack ciphers, searching for hidden meanings. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Yet the mystery only grew. Every attempted solution seemed to create even more questions. Some believed the account belonged to a government agency. Others suspected intelligence services. A few became convinced it was a secret communication network. The theories grew stranger and darker. Some people noticed references that appeared connected to real-world events. Others claimed certain codes pointed toward specific locations. Nothing was ever conclusively proven, but the uncertainty made the mystery even more compelling. Then something happened that changed everything. Investigators discovered that A858 wasn't the only strange account. There were others. Similar patterns, similar structures, similar unexplained messages. It was as though an entire hidden system existed beneath the surface of the internet, a system that nobody fully understood. The deeper researchers dug, the stranger things became. Some messages appeared mathematically impossible to generate by accident. Others contained structures so complex that experts struggled to explain them. People spent thousands of hours trying to crack the code. Entire communities formed around solving the mystery. Yet year after year, no solution emerged. Imagine spending years chasing a mystery, only to realize the person who created it may have anticipated every move you would make. Some investigators eventually gave up. Others became obsessed. The mystery consumed countless hours of their lives, and still the answers remained hidden. Then, after years of activity, the account stopped. No explanation, no final message, no grand reveal. The posts simply ended, and the silence created a new mystery. Who was behind A858? Why spend years posting encrypted messages? Why never explain their purpose? And perhaps most importantly, why stop? To this day, nobody knows. There are countless theories. Some suggest it was an elaborate art project. Others believe it was an experiment in cryptography. A few insist it was a hidden communication channel intended for a select audience. But no theory has ever been proven. No creator has stepped forward. No definitive solution has been found. And that's what makes the mystery so unsettling. Most internet mysteries eventually unravel. Someone talks. Evidence surfaces. The truth emerges. But not this one. The messages remain. The patterns remain. The questions remain. Somewhere within those endless strings of symbols may be an explanation. A hidden message. A final clue. Something that reveals what was really happening. Or perhaps there isn't. Perhaps the greatest mystery is that thousands of intelligent people have searched for an answer, and none have found one. Which leaves us with a question that has haunted internet investigators for years. Was A858 trying to tell us something? Or was the real mystery never the message at all? But the person who sent it? Until someone finds the answer, A858 remains one of the most baffling and unsettling unsolved mysteries the internet has ever produced. A puzzle hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to finally crack the code. the strange account that predicted real events. What would you do if you discovered a social media account that seemed to know the future? Not in vague predictions, not in horoscope-style guesses, but specific events, specific dates, specific details. At first, nobody paid attention. Why would they? The internet is full of strange accounts posting strange things. Most disappear without anyone noticing, but this account was different. For years, it posted cryptic messages, short statements, random numbers, fragments of text that appeared meaningless. People scrolled past them every day, until something happened. One of the posts appeared to describe an event before it occurred. Not exactly, not clearly, but close enough to make people uncomfortable. Most dismissed it as coincidence. The internet loves coincidences. People find patterns everywhere. A lucky guess means nothing. At least that's what everyone thought. Then it happened again, and again, and again. Users began digging through old posts. They discovered messages that appeared connected to real-world events, natural disasters, political developments, major news stories. The deeper they looked, the stranger things became. The account wasn't reacting to events. The posts were already there. Months before, sometimes years before, screenshots began circulating. Forums exploded with theories. Entire communities formed around analyzing every upload. Some believed it was a prank. Others suspected manipulation. Maybe someone was editing old posts. Maybe timestamps had been altered. Maybe the entire mystery was fake. But investigators checked, again and again. The dates appeared genuine. The messages were real. And the account kept posting. The mystery spread rapidly. Thousands of people followed every update, waiting, watching, trying to understand who was behind it. The account itself offered no clues. No profile photo, no personal information, no explanation. Only more cryptic messages. Some appeared to contain coordinates. Others referenced obscure historical events. Many made absolutely no sense at all. But hidden among the nonsense were the posts that terrified people. The ones that seemed impossible. One message mentioned a specific city. Months later, that city made international headlines. Another referenced a date. When that day arrived, a major event occurred. Coincidence, at least individually. But together, people weren't so sure. The account became an obsession. Internet detectives spent years attempting to identify the owner. Some claimed it was an insider with access to confidential information. Others believed it was an advanced artificial intelligence. A few became convinced something much stranger was happening. The theories became increasingly extreme. Government conspiracies, secret organizations, time travelers. Nothing was off limits, and through it all, the account remained silent. Never explaining, never responding, only posting, always posting. Then came the message that changed everything. It appeared ordinary at first. Just another cryptic upload, another collection of strange words and numbers. But one researcher noticed something unusual. The message referenced multiple previous posts. Posts that, when connected together, formed a pattern nobody had noticed before. People rushed to investigate. Thousands of users began comparing years of uploads. What they discovered stunned them. The account wasn't predicting events, at least not in the way people believed. The supposed predictions were buried among thousands upon thousands of meaningless posts. For every message that appeared accurate, there were hundreds that led nowhere, hundreds nobody talked about, hundreds nobody remembered. Suddenly, everything looked different. The mystery that had consumed the internet for years began to unravel. The account had never truly predicted the future. It had simply posted so much information, so often, that eventually some messages appeared prophetic. Human nature did the rest. People remembered the hits. They forgot the misses. They connected dots after events occurred. The account wasn't exposing the future. It was exposing something else.
Us.
Our tendency to search for patterns, to find meaning in chaos, to believe there must be a hidden explanation, even when none exists. Yet one question remained. Who created the account, and why? No definitive answer was ever found. Some believe it was a social experiment. Others think it was an elaborate art project. A few argue the creator wanted to demonstrate how easily people can convince themselves that random events are connected. If that was the goal, it worked, because for years, Thousands of intelligent people believed they were witnessing impossible predictions, only to discover the real mystery wasn't the account. The real mystery was how easily the human mind can be fooled. And perhaps that's far more unsettling, because somewhere on the internet right now, another strange account is probably posting cryptic messages, another mystery is forming, another pattern is emerging. And somewhere, someone is already convinced they've found proof that the future can be predicted, just as thousands believed before. And that's what makes this story so chilling. Not that an account knew the future, but that we wanted to believe it did.
The viral video nobody can explain. Could you imagine watching a video so strange that millions of people spend years trying to explain it and still fail? Not because it was graphic, not because it showed something impossible, but because nobody could agree on what they were actually looking at. A few seconds of footage, one upload, one moment captured on camera, yet years later, people are still debating it, still analyzing it, still searching for answers. This is the story of the viral video nobody can explain. The video appeared online without much attention. At first, it was just another upload among millions. No major channel, no famous creator, no advertising campaign, nothing that suggested it would become one of the internet's most talked about mysteries. The footage itself seemed simple, a short clip, an ordinary setting, nothing unusual, at least at first. Then people started noticing details, tiny details. The kind of details you only see after watching the video a second time, then a third, then a 10th. Something wasn't right. The more people watched, the stranger it became. Viewers disagreed about what they were seeing. Some claimed the video showed one thing, others swore it showed something completely different. Arguments erupted across forums. Comment sections exploded. People began slowing the footage down frame by frame, analyzing every second, every shadow, every movement. And somehow, the mystery only deepened. Soon the video spread across the internet. Millions of views turned into tens of millions. Reaction videos appeared everywhere. Experts weighed in. Photographers, editors, scientists, psychologists. Everyone seemed to have a theory. Yet nobody could prove theirs was correct. The internet became obsessed. Some viewers became convinced the footage captured something paranormal. Others argued it was an elaborate illusion. A few believed it had been digitally manipulated, but if it had been edited, nobody could explain how. The footage was examined repeatedly. Specialists analyzed compression artifacts. Metadata was investigated. The original file was scrutinized. Yet no definitive evidence of tampering emerged. That only made the mystery bigger. Because if it wasn't fake, then what exactly were people seeing? Weeks passed, then months. The video continued spreading. Each new analysis seemed to uncover another strange detail, something nobody had noticed before. A reflection, a shadow, a sound buried deep within the audio. Every discovery generated new theories, and every theory generated more questions. The mystery was growing instead of shrinking. Then came the moment that changed everything. An investigator examining the footage noticed something hidden in plain sight, something millions of viewers had overlooked. The discovery spread rapidly. Forums lit up. Videos were uploaded within hours. People believed the mystery was finally about to be solved. At last there would be an explanation. At last there would be answers. Except there weren't. The discovery only created an even bigger puzzle, because the new detail appeared to contradict every existing theory. Suddenly nobody knew what to believe anymore. The paranormal explanations stopped making sense. The editing theories fell apart. The scientific explanations developed major holes. The mystery had somehow become even stranger. Years passed. The video's popularity faded. New trends replaced it. New mysteries appeared. Most people moved on. But a small group never stopped investigating. They continued searching, comparing evidence, reviewing archives, looking for anything that had been missed. And eventually, one of them found something extraordinary, a forgotten interview, buried deep in an old archive. Almost nobody had seen it. The interview featured someone connected to the original video, someone who knew more than the public realized. For years, people expected a shocking revelation, a secret, a conspiracy, proof that something impossible had occurred. Instead, the truth was far more unsettling. The mystery wasn't hidden in the video. The mystery was hidden in us. The footage had exposed something psychologists have studied for decades. When humans encounter ambiguity, we desperately try to create certainty. We search for patterns, We invent explanations. We convince ourselves we understand what we're seeing, even when we don't. The video was so powerful because it sat perfectly between multiple explanations. No single interpretation could fully explain it, which meant viewers filled the gaps themselves. Everyone saw what they expected to see. Everyone believed their version was correct, and nobody could prove otherwise. In the end, the viral video wasn't famous because it contained an answer. It became famous because it didn't. Because millions of people looked at the same footage and walked away with completely different conclusions. Even today, if you show the video to a room full of people, you'll hear different explanations, different theories, different certainties. And that's what makes the story so fascinating. Not that the video captured something impossible, but that it revealed something about human nature, our need for answers, our discomfort with uncertainty, and our willingness to believe we've solved a mystery, even when the mystery may never be solved at all. The video still exists, still being watched, still being debated, still confusing everyone who sees it. And perhaps that's why it remains one of the internet's most enduring mysteries. Not because nobody can explain it, but because everybody thinks they can.
The online game with a secret nobody has solved. There is an online game with a secret so well hidden that nobody has managed to solve it. Not players, not developers, not internet detectives, not even people who have spent years searching through every file, every line of code, and every hidden corner of the game. A secret that has survived thousands of investigations. A mystery buried in plain sight. And to this day, nobody knows the answer. This is the story of the online game with a secret nobody has solved. The game itself seemed ordinary enough. Millions of players had downloaded it. Millions had explored its world. At first glance, there was nothing unusual about it. Just another online game, another virtual world, another place for players to compete, explore, and have fun. But then strange stories began to appear. A player would stumble across something unusual, a hidden room, a strange object, a message that didn't seem to belong. Most dismiss these discoveries as glitches, programming mistakes, random coincidences. Yet the reports kept coming again and again and again. The more players investigated, the stranger things became. Certain locations appeared to contain symbols with no obvious purpose. Objects were found hidden in places almost impossible to reach. Some players claimed to hear unexplained sounds buried deep within the game's audio. Others reported seeing things that vanished before they could be recorded. Naturally, the internet became obsessed. Entire communities formed around solving the mystery. Forums exploded with theories. Videos attracted millions of views. People spent thousands of hours searching every corner of the game. What started as curiosity quickly became an obsession. The mystery grew larger with every discovery. Then someone found a clue, a tiny clue, almost invisible, hidden inside a texture file. It appeared to be a code, nothing more than a handful of characters. But when players decoded it, they uncovered another message, then another, then another. Suddenly, people believed they were following a trail deliberately left behind by someone who wanted the secret to be found. The hunt intensified. Players combed through game files, examined maps, analyzed audio, searched for hidden images. Months passed, then years. The clues continued, but every answer seemed to create even more questions. The deeper people went, the more impossible the mystery became. Some began to believe the secret wasn't inside the game at all. Others argued it was connected to real-world locations. A few became convinced it was an alternate reality game, designed to extend beyond the screen. The theories became increasingly wild. Government experiments, hidden messages from developers, secret societies, even supernatural explanations. Nothing was considered too strange. Then came the discovery that changed everything. A group of dedicated players uncovered a hidden area nobody had documented before. The location was incredibly difficult to reach. Some believed it wasn't supposed to be accessible at all. Deep within the area sat a single object. No explanation, no instructions, no obvious purpose. Just an object, waiting. The community was electrified. For weeks, players worked around the clock. Surely this was the answer. Surely this was the final piece. Except it wasn't. The object revealed nothing. No secret, no message, no explanation. Only more mystery. Years continued to pass. The game's popularity rose and fell. Players came and went, but the mystery remained. New investigators replaced old ones, each convinced they would finally solve it. Each convinced they would be the one to uncover the truth. And then, after countless theories and endless speculation, a former developer finally spoke. The gaming community held its breath. At last, answers were coming. At last, the mystery would be solved. The developer confirmed something shocking. There really was a secret. The clues were intentional. The mystery was real. Players had not imagined it. For years, people had debated whether the secret even existed. Now they had confirmation, but there was a catch. The developer refused to reveal what the secret actually was. Only that nobody had found it. Not yet. Think about that. Thousands of players, millions of hours, years of investigation. And according to someone who helped create the game, the secret was still hidden somewhere, waiting. That revelation reignited the hunt. Players returned in huge numbers. Old theories were reopened. Forgotten clues were re-examined. People searched with renewed determination. Yet even now, the mystery survives. Nobody knows exactly what the final secret is. Nobody knows where it is hidden. Nobody knows whether it will ever be found. And perhaps that's what makes the story so fascinating. In an age where almost every secret eventually leaks, every mystery eventually gets solved, one hidden puzzle has managed to survive year after year, generation after generation of players, still waiting, still hidden, still unsolved, somewhere inside an online world explored by millions. There may be a secret that nobody has ever truly discovered. And perhaps, right now, someone is only one click away from finding it.